everyone, welcome back to Abrar Knowledge channel. In this video we are going to talk about a book tour, and this is going to be the part 2, and what are the things which I will be unfolding in the upcoming videos and as a book review version, and this is going to be very interesting. I have a bunch of books which I am going to reveal it today. The very first book I have is Working with Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. This book I have already covered it as part of amygdala hijack and so on, but I will be folding another chapters, and this is very wonderful book. And this is the person, Daniel Goleman is a person who coined the very first word called emotional intelligence, or he preferred instead of IQ, he preferred more of EQ. IQ stand for, you all know, intelligent quotient. EQ stand for emotional intelligence, right? So I'm going to unfold more and more chapter from this very book called Working with Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. The next book I have is 1 Minute Manager, wonderful book, and I have already covered the chapter 1, The Search. And now I will be covering much more chapter from this book. The next one I have is a collective book, meaning we have various authors, 50 inspirational speeches, right? Wonderful book, and it has, for example, every person, for Mahatma Gandhi, it has that whatever the speech he had given, the summary it has got. And same like George Washington, right? Same thing, it has further more details like what is George Washington and how he addresses the speech and so on. Wonderful book. And Robin Sharma collection, this is the leader who had not title, okay? And this is almost like a new book to me. I have not read it before, and I'm going to read it, and I will be sharing the insights from this very book. And then Edward de Bono is very nice author to me, and the same author who wrote 6 Thinking Hat, right, that I already covered. And this is the one called lateral thinking. What is meant with thinking, what is meant with lateral thinking. Wonderful book, and I will be covering much more into it. And then you have next book called How to Read Person Like a Book. Okay, this is very small book, but it has it has been written by Henry. It has how to read the expressions, how to read the person sits like this, what does it infer, more of a psychological point of view. This book deals with it. The next book I have, this is very good book for manager, The Winning Manager, right? This Winning Manager, authored by John and Ken Willing, and very nice book. The theme of the book is 6 practices every manager needs to succeed, right? This also, it has got an audio. I will be trying to cover a little bit of audio. Maybe I will be covering my own version as an audio also as well. The next book you have Leadership and Self-Deception, right? And this is yet another is a new book to me. I have not read it before, and interestingly I will be reading it, and I will be giving some insight from this very book. Very old and famous book called The Secret, right? So you might have dwelled or came across on this book, and I will be covering this very book called The Secrets. And few chapters I have already dwelled in bilingual format, for example Urdu and English and all that. Badlo Soch and Badlo Zindagi. This is yet another book. Few chapters I have not covered, which I'm very curious to cover. The next book you have The Daily Practices of the Prophet, peace be upon him. A wonderful book, and it is been published by Darussalam. The name speaks for itself. I will be also covering few things from this very book. And the same like 50 speeches, like how we have the same format, ready-made speeches and debates for all occasion. This is yet another book I will be covering up more in detail. Now let's talk about the quality, right? GERALD, wonderful book. It has end-to-end detail about quality control, quality assurance, and various terminology, and what the briefing about how he developed a model and how he developed the process approach, all the how he developed customer satisfactions, much more detail, including that, I will also will talking about the statistic. This book has covered the wonderful theory about probability and charts and all that. So this is the book GERALD, the quality planning and analysis for enterprise quality. This is 5th edition, and this is the book I am going to unfold as a technical portion. This will be very useful for all quality manager, quality assurance, anybody who work in quality. So the next few books is from the very famous author Stephen Covey, right? And the 8th habit, right? The seven effective people, and this is the 8th habit. This is wonderful book. I have not read it before, and I will be covering up. I am very keen to read it and give you summary. The next thing is from the same author, like this also from Stephen Covey. Same like this also from Stephen Covey. The first thing first, right? This is also new book to me, and I will be covering up more in detail. And the last one which I have is, you might have come across this one, the 7 habit of highly effective people, right? So this talking about the Stephen Covey, in this one he has written various books. For example, 7 habit of highly effective people, 7 habit of highly effective families, and first thing first, and principle centered leadership. So these are all the things. I have all the books except this one, and which I will also will be getting it and covering up. So this is what this video is a heads up, and I will be covering more in detail. Please stay tuned. Please do like, share, subscribe my channel. You have wonderful day ahead.